Good evening, this is Kayleen String coming at you with a video in response to a tag from Dyed Bullfrog 79, and I will put a link to his channel down there. Sorry about the glare, the overlight. I got my light right above me, and when I got my phone in this position, sometimes I think that's a little better. I keep my head here, cut off the top of my head, then it works. I don't have all that extra light spray. But anyway, I was tagged in a video where I was asked to show 5 things that I would want to have on me should I needed to take extra time to, say, get home from where I was. Say, for instance, if for some reason I go to a mall to buy something that I can't buy at another location, and something happens to the city buses and I need to get home. So I have chosen representations of items that I would want on me, although I normally don't carry food on me because I don't wear a backpack. I just use this messenger type bag, which is a recent purchase, and it's shown in some recent videos. But I normally don't carry food in it. But although I might start changing that. But anyway, the 5 things that I have chosen are representations of something that I would want to have on me. So sometimes when I go out, I do carry a container with a drink. And for this video, I have chosen one of my stainless steel water bottles. And I took the carabiner off because I put it on something else. But I'm actually going to get some more carabiners in the near future, and I'll just put another one back on here. But because this is a single wall stainless steel bottle, I can actually boil water in it. And say if I had an instant coffee or a tea bag, I could heat up some water using one of the other things that I do always carry on me. This little tiny tin is full of petroleum jelly, also known as Vaseline if you get the branded. Oops, I just dropped that, but then last fall I started collecting. I found one of these containers. It's just a mint container, and what I have chosen to do with it is pack it full of grass. No, Mila, my cat is trying to intrude in the video. So this thing is chock full of grass. And so if I needed to light a fire, I could either use the lighter that I always carry, even though I don't smoke, or I could open up this paracord bracelet, separate it from the rest of these key tools, and I could pull the striker off and rip sparks off this little ferro rod to get a fire going. And I always keep that. I don't wear this because it just feels funky on my arm, even though it does fit. But I always keep it attached to this carabiner. And this also has, so I have actually 2 compasses plus a thermometer that always says 30 degrees Celsius, even when it's not. And on here I have a whole bunch of key tools. So if I did not have my pocket knife, but I had this, this Leatherman Micra, I do have a little blade on here. Plus I have the scissors, so I can cut something. And if I needed to take this poncho, which I have in here that I normally keep in my bug out bag, this plastic on here is a little messed up, but I keep it. This is a kind of a thick poncho. It's not one of those cheap emergency ponchos that cost less than $2. But I keep this in the lid pocket of my bug out bag, so some kind of cover, whether it be this or an emergency bivvy, which I have in there, or even just one of those little Mylar blankets, but some kind of cover. And of course it's winter now. I would be wearing one of my winter coats, either my down one or my wool. But then I just pulled this granola bag out of my food prep storage, and this is just to represent food. So if I just picked this up from somewhere and I had this, and if I could make fire, I could heat up some water. I could put some of this in here and eat it that way, warm it up, or just take water if it has already been purified, if I'd filled it from, say, drinking fountain or something like that. You know, I could eat this, or, you know, like I said, this is just a representation of food that I want to have on me. Buried deeper inside my bug out bag is a food bag that has a 9-pack of Mainstay ration bars, and you know, that could be another option, because those food ration bars, the way they're packed is you eat one 3 times a day, and that is supposed to give you the sufficient calories you need to go about your business of trying to survive, trying to get from point A to point B if you're stranded somewhere and that was the only food that you had. If you could not, you know, hunt or fish or just scavenge. But if I, for some reason, if I found a can of some kind of food, I do have a can opener on here. And if for some reason I got separated from, or my little striker on here came up missing, but I still had the ferro rod on here, I can use this to rip sparks off the ferro rod. I can use this. And I can use, I have my Spyderco bug on here, and I can rip sparks off a ferro rod with the spine of this little goodie. So that is, so this I carry every day, except when I go into either the federal building here in town, or I go into the state capitol building, because anything with a blade is not allowed inside. And so I leave this at home, and I leave my my EDC pocket knife at home. But I'll go in with these, no problem. I go in with a Wallet Ninja card, no problem, because those have little holes and cutouts, somewhat like this, but done in a different style. But I could still do the same thing with that I can with this. Although I can't rip sparks off a ferro rod. Although I haven't actually tested that. But yeah, these, so I would choose, like I said, I would choose a steel bottle because I can boil water in it. I could take water out of the Des Moines River. I could fill this thing with snow if there's enough snow on the ground. I could fill it. I could make fire to boil it, purify it. I could rip this apart to get cordage to string up this as a tarp to make a shelter. And I would have some kind of food. It could be my ration bars, it could be ramen, it could be this, it could be, you know, tuna packs, or, you know, just whatever I happen to have on me. So, yeah, I might actually start carrying some kind of little food item on me as an EDC item. And now I am going to tag 5 other people. Now I'm going to block the light again so you're not blinding. I do apologize for that. The lighting in here is crap. I probably should have positioned my phone in a better way, but sometimes this position works best, especially if I'm doing mail calls, because I have this table right here. So anyway, I am going to tag Jeep Things Outdoors. What are the 5 things that you would want to have on you in the case you had to take extra time, extra days to get from one place to another, and you happen to have those 5 things on you? What would they be? I'm also going to tag Bearded CB82. If for some reason you had to take extra time to get home from your Cummins shop and you had to dig into the stuff that's in your EDC bag to take extra time to get home, what would those be? So Bearded CB82, Jeep Things Outdoors. I'm also going to tag Prepper Dell. Way across the pond in England, you're tagged. What are your go-to 5 items that you would want to have on you in case that you would have to take extra time to get from one place to another and you had no choice but to take that trip? And I'm also going to... So those are the 3 people that I'm tagging. So again, Jeep Things Outdoors, Bearded CB82, and Prepper Dell. So your must-have 5 items to get home or get to whatever destination. What would you want to have on you? So I'm going to actually put the link to their channels down below also, in addition to DieBullfrog79, who tagged me. So I'm responding to his tag. So I hope you enjoy this. Have fun with it. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.